Everybody still out here in San Diego. Wanted to come back at you with a little more analysis. My video yesterday on Trump and Lutnick's trade deal with Japan got a bit lost in the YouTube in the YouTube formatting issue. So I just want to circle back on this. I think it's a really interesting and potentially completely transformative rupture here that we're talking about with American governance, and that what Trump and Lutnick are really proposing here with this trade deal is a slush fund, a sovereign wealth fund, as they call it, a pseudo sovereign wealth fund that would be completely at the discretion of the executive branch. This would be about $550 billion, which is about, I think it's about 10% of Japan's GDP. This is essentially Japan buying down their tariff rate to something that's tolerable for their domestic and international auto markets in particular, down from the high rate that it was previously. What we're looking at, though, is a bunch of spending that would then be outside of the appropriations process, right? Trump would, at least his claim is, he'd be able to use this for anything he wants, from um, chip investments, oil and gas refineries, manufacturing facilities, anything like that. And none of this would be happening through the normal process in Congress. This would all be at the discretion of the executive. Obviously, this would be a complete sea change, I think, for how American appropriations and spending works. What I think a lot of people haven't analyzed yet is this would, I think, also increase the amount of leverage that the executive would have over any individual member of Congress, in the sense that the executive could then go to any district, any state, any senator, and basically say, do what I want, or I won't. I'm not going to allow you to have access to this sovereign slush fund. Trump has even talked about this thing, working in perpetuity from some kind of extra constitutional committee that operates even after he's out of power. Um, and furthermore, I think you're looking at something that he'll tout as a real, taxpayer savings advantage. But unfortunately, we're still looking at 15% tariffs on Japan in this circumstance. So that doesn't really make sense either, because we're ultimately obviously the ones that will be paying for that. So I think fundamentally it represents, if he's allowed to continue to do it, again, like I said, a huge rupture in the way that the Constitution operates, the separation of powers between the executive and legislative branch, and would really further empower the executive over individual members of Congress in any kind of one-on-one scenario. The amount of leverage he would be able to hold over any individual representative would be absolutely immense. So, as always, curious for your thoughts down below, and thanks again for watching.